Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Els coming from Bemis Crafty Corner. And today I have a new project for us. Harry's here too. Yeah. Hi, baby. Did you come up to see what was going on? Well, we're going to do a project for the nice ladies. And the gentlemen too, if they want to watch. That's okay. Yeah. So I'm going to open this and we're going to do the project, okay? Yeah, I know. All right. So let mommy get this open. Alrighty. Let me get that out of the way. So this is our project for today. And I got to show them. Calm down. So it's just a little notebook like this. And when you open it, it has this fantastic journaling space in it. So that is our project for today. And I'm going to get out some supplies and stuff and tell you what we need, and I'll be right back. Okay, supplies. A paper trimmer that can handle 12 by 12. Okay. Some scoring tools, your scoreboard, adhesive ink, a piece of paper for the inside, whatever kind you want, and a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. Paper, you could use cardstock, but that's going to make this a little bit bulkier, and we kind of want it to be thin. We don't want it to be over the top. So we're going to start by cutting this down. We're going to cut two pieces from this, and I'll be right back to do the cutting, and then we'll hit the scoring. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so our first cut, we're going to cut this at 6.5. Okay, let me get this in here the right way. So I'm going to cut this at 6.5. And I don't know why, but the 6.5 was right. 6 is too small, 7 is too big, 6.5 worked. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. Put that to the side, that's my main body. And then I'm going to cut another piece that's 2.25 by 6.5. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to get that by cutting this way. But it doesn't really matter because this part's going to be underneath the paper. Nobody's going to really see it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 2.25. And then 6.5. Okay. Now, if you want to have the little tab like this, you're just going to cut a piece out of what you have left that's 2 inches by 2 inches. Okay, that'll make your tab. So that's all of the cutting for that part. Okay, so you should have your little tab if you want this, your small piece and your big body. And then we're going to cut this. So to cut this, we want this to be 10.5 inches long. And this is an 11-inch piece of paper. Well, it started as an 11-inch piece of paper, but it could be less than that. And that's because this is heat processed and it's cotton. So that's my 10.5 by 6.25. Okay, now I only did this with one piece, but you could do this with multiple pieces of paper if you wanted to. Save that, it's a good piece. This piece. So that's it for cutting. I'm going to get the cutter out of the way. I'm going to come back. We're going to do some, scoring. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're only going to be scoring 2 pieces today. All right, just a couple of quick scores. But please keep in mind, this is scrapbook paper. If you're using scrapbook paper, you need to be very, 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 very gentle with your scores. Don't jam, and a couple of light passes is always better than one big jam. All right, so we're going to score this at 7 inches, very lightly. Okay, that's it. You don't need to score these. If you want to score this little 2 by 2 at 1 inch, go ahead, but you can hand fold that. It's no big deal. set those to the side. We're going to bring in the other piece, the piece that we have that is 10.5 by 6 1/4. On this one, we're going to do a couple of extra scores. We're going to score at 3 1/4, 6 1/2, and then at 9 3/4. Okay. Now you can leave the extra on here if you want. You know, if you want to have that extra little bit, it's only 1/2 inch. You can leave it if you want to. If you want to have this piece be 6 1/4 by 11, you can do that because it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is that flap that it's this flap, and I just cut it so that it was only like 1/2 inch. But if you wanted to leave it on, you could leave it on, certainly. I just didn't want it to interfere with the tab, okay? So now that I have those, I'm going to get the scoreboard out of the way. I'm going to come back, and we're going to go ahead and fold, ink, and all that other stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so hills into valleys, valleys into hills. We have a valley. We're going to turn it into a hill. We're going to just put this down. Go ahead and hit it with the bone folder. Okay, so our back cover is the white piece, and it should be to our right. And then we're going to cover that with this. Now, this may be a little too long. We're going to hand trim this, okay? So, we're going to ink. Our edges. We're going to put this piece on and trim it, okay? So we're going to put this on first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some glue on my flap here that's sticking out. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, doesn't matter which direction I put it, and I'm going to put it right up against this folded piece. And I'm going to press it down. Okay. Then I'm going to glue this piece down. Again, I'm using stick glue. I know, it's weird. It happens. Okay, and I want to make sure that I get that nice and tight right there on that piece, and that I have this nice and straight. Okay, and I'm going to press that all down. Then I can trim this off, either by hand or with my trimmer. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to use my scissors. And just cut along that edge. Okay. Now, I'm going to ink this front and back. Okay? Front and back. A little wonky right here, so I'm just going to trim this up real quick. Here we go. All right. So now I'm going to ink this all the way around, okay? But I need to make this into a booklet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it by hand. I don't have to score this, okay? I'm just going to get my two edges, put those together, come back here, and fold this in half, making sure that my top and bottom match, and then go ahead and hit it with my bone folder. Now, ink. Ink the top, ink these sides, over here, make sure you ink this part, open it up, ink everything on the inside as well, okay? When you're all done inking, come back, and we're gonna move on to the next part. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is our next piece. Now, normally I say hills into valleys, valleys into hills, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to fold this, and then we're going to fold it again, you know? So, there's my first score. And then this is my second score. And I'm just making sure that I keep this all, you know, edge to edge kind of thing. Okay, and then I'm going to fold it the other way. Okay. All right, so it should look like this. Now, if you're going to ink this piece, ink away. Here's my suggestion though, don't ink these. Okay? Only ink the outside edge. So go ink if you're going to ink, and when you come back, we're going to put the whole thing together. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back. This is going to get some wear and tear, so that's why I say glue and not tape. Because, you know, as you pull this in and out, you're putting stress on it. So, glue. And then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to put this inside. Right like that. And press that down. Bring it in. Now I have my little piece here, and I went ahead and I inked this, and you know, it doesn't have to be this big. If you don't want it this big, don't, you know, here, watch, look. Now it's smaller. It's crooked, but it's smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and put my tab in, my little tab. And I want mine to stick out just a little bit, so. And I'm going to put it right down here. Doesn't matter where I put it. I can put it anywhere I want. All right? And then, I'm going to glue this piece down. Okay? There's that. This way. Because I am famous for letting this glue dry. And then I have to play with it. Okay, so now I have this. I have all of this journaling space. Okay, if I want to add pocket over here, I have extra paper for that. I can do that. I can put an extra piece over here and add a pocket and put in a tag or whatever. But the idea for this is that, you know, you can simply decorate the front, and this tucks in somewhere in your journal so that you can pull this out, journal, and put it away. Okay, that's my project for today, guys. There's the one we made. Here's the original, and you can see in the original I you know, I had to change this a little bit. You know, I had to fix it. So this is the original. This is the one that we just made. That's it. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. Let's see, what else? Check out my community tab. That'll tell you all the videos that I have upcoming, if I'm traveling, where I'm going, and all that other type stuff, so that, you know, if I come to your area, you can come out and meet me sometime. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.